I think that this series navigates that complicated relationship between the police and the community by addressing it and hitting it head on. We put it on display. We put it at the forefront of a lot of our story. So we don't shy away from anything because we want to give people a true sense of what these two detectives have to go through on a daily basis. And to shy away from it would be denying you the opportunity to see the truth. And these two guys, they just want justice. They want it in the community, but they also want it in the MPD. Yeah, every job you work on, you're going to develop deep friendships with people because you're close to them all the time. You're working with them 12 hours a day. And I think it goes to what Ben Watkins created. He knew to bring the right people together who could get along with each other for that amount of time. But yeah, I think Aldis and I definitely developed a very unique and special friendship. Just as in the show that John has Alex's back, I have Aldis's back. I look at it like, I protect that friendship because it's truly something that I treasure. But that's not to say I didn't develop a friendship with Ryan also. And even though he plays an opposing figure on the show, in real life he's a great person, and I was a fan of his work just as I was a fan of Aldis's work. So it was a lot of fun getting to know these guys. I was very aware of the character from the books, but I didn't pull anything from the books. I wanted to give Ben Watkins, our creator, I wanted to give him just the respect of creating this character solely based off of what he came up with in his scripts, and also based off of what the discussion he and I had about the character and who he was, what his through line was. We had a very, very deep conversation about who John was and some of his aspirations and his fears, and the way he respects what Alex has as a family man and the way he looks at that family. Those conversations, those kind of helped me breathe life into this character. I'll tell you, I think what people like about serial killers is that what is the obsession? People love true crime, but what is that obsession that drives somebody to do that not once, but over and over and become addicted to this manner of killing? Also, we spoke with a forensic psychologist before the show, and we did kind of like talk about like the inner workings of a detective's mind and what they leave at the workplace and what they take home with them. And she gave us a book that was called The Sociopath Next Door, and that book, it was fascinating. So that's kind of where we began our research. But as you get deeper into it, it becomes one of those true crime obsessions. You get really obsessed with true crime. So if anything, I just became more of a fan of the genre. It definitely does affect it. I everything I approach as any kind of job, it doesn't matter what it is. I look at it as a team effort. So I think what that does, it helps you remove yourself from the experience and just focus on how to get this group of people or how to get this project through the finish line. That's the benefit of it. I like to think that if everybody plays their part on the team is going to succeed. So I look at Aldis as our captain, our Michael Jordan, our Batman, who you name it, whoever the leader is of the group, and I see myself as his Riker commander. I see myself as his Scottie Pippen, his Robin, just his sidekick.
His interpreter many times in this show.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be that as well. As that side person, you have to be able to speak the language that only that character can hear. I would say this role has stretched me beyond any other, but to give that a little context, I would say that Mike Hanlon was the first role that kind of stretched me beyond, just because of the subject matter and dealing with the fact that it's such a legendary story. This book that that was such a just a behemoth of a novel that people like were all attached to. I look at it the same way with James Patterson. His Alex Cross series like sold over 100 million books. This is a character that people know. I mean, they, before I got attached to this, they knew this character before I did. So, it gives you a lot of responsibility when you go into that, and it's just something that you really want to make sure that you can give credence to. You like, I just want to make sure that I do this character right by the fans, and that they are like, man, this is the Sampson that I always wanted. So what this role really kind of gave me an opportunity to kind of branch out and do different things in a character. But I also have to give credit to both Ben Watkins and Aldis just for being able, I mean, to play off of Aldis, honestly, like if I could be so lucky, that's what you're thinking before, and like going to work every day knowing that I'm going to get the best that he's giving me, that it is such a comfort. Yeah, I think that you see a lot of women who are extremely strong. I mean, one that comes to mind for me is I love Detective Delac. She takes like no crap. I mean, when you meet her, she's not afraid of anybody. But there's a moment in the show that she also shows this warmth and this heart when she's checking on her fellow detectives. Like, and it just shows that like everyone in our division, detective division, all the females in our detective division, they're all strong characters. Even the prisoner, who the serial killer is trying to do his thing to, it has not stopped trying to escape. She's not going to sit still and just be this victim. She's going to try to challenge this serial killer, and she's like, look, I'm not going to let you do this to me. I'm going to do whatever I can to get away from you. I think that's a testament to show that like all the female characters in our show, they will not stop until they get what they want. Yeah, it's that's hard to put a finger on, but I can tell you that there is a fascination with true crime. People, they're if you can kind of put those in the same box, people love true crime. They love to read about it, to learn about it, to know what makes people tick. And sometimes that is morbid, and but you're learning about something that maybe you never, you would never kind of like peek at before. For me, again, I'm this show has made me such a fan of the genre that like I find myself listening to more true crime podcasts now. So that's one thing. But yeah, I really think that people just have a fascination with something that is so outside of themselves that they're drawn to it. I mean, like I said before, he was just, I mean, honestly, working with him has been so effortless and at the same time so challenging because he holds everyone to such a high standard. He is, he brings his A game all the time. So you have no choice but to bring your A game. You don't want to let him down. And that speaks to his being a great captain of the show. You know what I mean? So it's just like I said, when you're able to have a bond with somebody like that, it makes things flow effortlessly. And the character, John, man, it's such a pleasure to play somebody that is so well thought out. I'm sure James Patterson had such a great vision for this character, when he thought of him, that it gave Ben the opportunity to fill in the gaps and these little questions that people may have. Like Ben was able to kind of fill those in and put that in the script, and now I'm able to play that. It's such a gift. I can't even tell you. Like I have so much fun playing this role. Just even the little asides that he says occasionally, or the weird his isms, whatever he's saying, when he's about to get pissed off, or when he's about to cross the line, or when he's when someone's apologizing to him, all these different things that he says, that they're so fun because, and now that you've met the character, now that you know the character, and now that I've played the character for a season or for 2 seasons now, um, now I get to have a little more fun because now I know him so well. So now I can kind of say, well, John would say something like this, so this is how he would react to that moment. So hopefully, you get to see a little bit more of John.